We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on the Miami Dolphins second round pick, Cam Smith, cornerback out of South Carolina. I know a lot of people will be a little surprised about this pick. They didn't think corner was a position of need, but personally, I'm a fan of the pick. I always have subscribed to the way of thinking of, taking best player available, and at that spot, Cam Smith was one of my best player available, and he was definitely better than a lot of the position of need type of players that the Dolphins could have used. And I think people think Cam Smith won't see any playing time in his rookie season, and there's like a short Super Bowl window, and they wanted players who will impact now. But I think Smith will see playing time in this defense. He's a perfect fit in Fangio's scheme, and I think he just allows some versatility because he can play inside and outside. And with the corners on this team, like Kader Kohu, Nick Needham, who are like your third and fourth guys before Smith came in, they're more nickel guys, more slot corners. Smith can play outside, which gives the versatility for Ramsey to bump to the inside and play like a star position, be more involved in each play. And I think that's where he can make even more of an impact, and it just gives you more versatility, flexibility in your defense week to week just based on matchup. And then just talking about Cam Smith, the player, he's a very good athlete. He's quick twitched. He's got good instincts, football intelligence. He anticipates route breaks, route concepts. He's good in man and zone. He's got that type of versatility. He's physical at the point of attack, even being an undersized guy. He can miss some tackles at time, playing over aggressive. He can get a little over grabby in coverage, but he does play physical. He will hit you hard. He can play press. He can play off. I see him, he fits like the concepts that Fangio runs perfectly, playing either in man or zone concepts. And then he's really at his best playing like an off man coverage. And then Fangio loves a lot of off type of coverages, whether it's zone, off man. And then he likes to play with a lot of match concept type of looks. And Cam Smith is very comfortable making those plays. And he's just a very aware football player, plays with an attitude, which you need as a corner, and then on-ball production, ball skills there for days, which will add another defensive back that can create turnovers to this already really good defense. We got Cam Smith at the top of the screen, and just watch him smooth in his pedal, opens up his hips, and he just smoothly transition, runs this route basically for the wide receiver. This is a really nice route. This is from this 2021 season, actually, and I actually did a breakdown on a short of this exact play, like over a year ago. So I've been aware of Smith for some time now, and he's just a really good athlete, and that's just absolutely beautiful. Look at him stay smooth in his pedals, sort of, even though he opens up here, he's in, off-man coverage, just reading the hips. He stays patient, stays square. This is good technique. And then even though he opens up the gate here, he's still able to quickly transition downhill. Look at him just match the footwork of this wide receiver step for step. That is absolutely beautiful mirror and match skills. And then if this ball is thrown to where the receiver could catch it, it would have been intercepted, but it's thrown out of bounds. No opportunity. 3rd and 14 situation. He knows where the sticks are. He's very situational awareness is there for Cam Smith for sure. I just love the twitch, transitional ability. Goes off his athleticism and his football IQ really well on this play. One of my favorite plays I saw on film just in those scenarios. And I just feel like these are the types of situations you will see in a Vic Fangio type of defense. Not a lot of press, there will be times where he sort of sits, he can squat on routes. Just add some versatility to this defense, which I like. I do know some people will be mad about the pick, but personally, I think once you see him actually play, he will get some playing time. He's gonna be the number 3 or number 4 corner in my opinion, pretty early on. And if you watch the Dolphins defense over the past few years, you know how heavy they play a bunch of defensive backs in this Miami Dolphins defense. He really excels in zone coverage as well. He's very comfortable being a cloud corner, being a cover 2 corner. He can play as a deep on the outside as well. But he just makes great breaks. This is a 3rd and 7 situation. Understands where the sticks are too. He's playing in a sort of mix of, he could be like the cover 2 corner or a quarters guy on the outside. He's sort of, baiting this QB to throw this. And look how he leverages this. He's even with the number 2, so he can take away this throwing lane to the outside of the number 2 on the fade route, and then he's reading the QB's eyes and doesn't gain too much depth to where he can break on this, to the flat where he's responsible, and he does quickly. You can see how the burst to close, and then makes the play very physical, closes downhill, and then knocks the ball out too, which causes it to be, I think they rule an incompletion. I'm not 100% sure, but it could be incompletion or a fumble. Either way, it's a 3rd and 7 situation, and he stops this from being a first down. Just a high IQ play. He really loves to bait these throws. One thing I think I heard that was sort of a knock on him was there some scouts talking about his off-the-field sort of attitude. He can be a bit of a diva. Personally, I think you need a little bit of a diva attitude to play corner at the next level. So I'm not gonna knock him too hard for that. Like, I don't know him personally, and I don't know those anonymous scouts either, so I'm not gonna knock the kid even before we've seen him at the NFL level for something like that. It's just something to keep in mind for sure. Here we get to see Cam Smith in press coverage at the top of the screen. Just good job staying patient. He can get physical if he needs to, but he can also, just sort of mirror and match, use like a mirror motor technique. But here's just staying patient, staying square. It's more of a soft press look, not a bump and run type of press. And then now once he sees the receiver commit to the outside, he opens up those hips. This is really good technique. He can play with some savvy as well. And then now he's just in good positioning, playing like an upfield shoulder, high upfield shoulder technique. And just based on his positioning, he turns back into the receiver because he's expecting the ball to be thrown in more of a back shoulder, just based on his positioning with the receiver. And he makes a play at the catch point. He's very good at understanding how to play the ball into the with his relationship with the receiver. Like if his positioning was further, like he had low field shoulder positioning leverage, then the ball would probably be thrown deep and he would look towards the quarterback, but this time he looks into the receiver, plays the ball perfectly at the catch point. Really high level stuff as a on-ball production type of guy from Cam Smith. Smith just does such a great job as a cover 2 corner, like being a cloud guy. He can leverage multiple concepts, and playing like smash is like the sort of most basic cover 2 concept beater. Like every team runs smash, you're going to see it. And when you're a cover 2 corner, can you play smash? Right here, look at him. He has the perfect leverage. He's reading the quarterback's eyes. He has the leverage to where he can close on this in the flat and make the tackle for only a few yard gain, but then he can open up his hips and get over the top of the corner. The corner route hasn't even broken yet. He's already getting to it, making a play. Just perfect leverage maintenance, which is very important in these types of situations. You gotta, if you're gonna be a cloud cover 2 type of corner at times, you gotta be able to make this type of play. And I just see him as a very comfortable, perfect scheme fit. If you watched him in his earlier years, he also played in the slot because he's not the biggest guy. I wouldn't say he's the smallest corner either, but I personally had him as a late first round pick just because of how high level of football intelligence he plays with. And then he also tested off the charts, which you see that athleticism on the film pops off right away with his quick twitch and explosiveness. 4th and 1 situation, broken play sort of here, and they just throw up this deep bomb to against Cam Smith. And obviously I don't have the all-22, so he kind of goes off the screen for a little bit here. I mean, I do have the all-22, I just can't show it, obviously, if you guys know about the copyright strike situation. But just, doesn't want to, allow him to get beat deep here. 4th and 1, and you're probably usually expecting, if it is a pass, to either go deep or just very quick. It's going to be either route right away, or they're just going to chuck it up deep. He gets in his positioning here. This time, you can tell based on his positioning, he kind of is looking away from the receiver here initially to locate the ball, and then once he sort of catches up and he feels the wide receiver slow down, so he turns back into the wide receiver and plays through the hands. So that ability to sort of readjust on the fly is really, really special. Like a lot of DBs struggle turning and locating the ball or playing through the hands. Like this is something, a lot of young DBs struggle with. So he first turns and locates the ball, understands that, this receiver, he feels his pace to start to slow down. You got to be able to match his tempo. So he doesn't want to, get over physical or collide through the receiver, which happens a lot. When balls are underthrown like this, DBs will go through the receiver and get the penalties. And then here he slows him down and then just matches his hands at the catch point, goes up, plays through his hands, doesn't allow this to get completed. High level stuff there from Cam Smith. Got some Cam Smith in the slot. This play is a little tougher to see because he does go off the screen here, but just look at him right there. He's outside leverage. He's high outside leverage, and then look where he sort of finishes this. He understands this. He undercuts this ball. It still ends up in front of the receiver somehow. Like if you see it from the all-22 angle, you can just see the savviness that he uses here, instincts to get better positioning, and then ends up undercutting it, and he still has the speed to outrun the receiver to the inside and basically just runs the route for the receiver. And you can see the ball skills, athleticism on display as he makes this very good interception. He will be a guy that's definitely making these types of plays at the next level. This play might not seem like anything crazy, but it's another example of him being, that cover 2 corner, leveraging the routes very well here. He's reading from 2 to 1. He sees 2, work out to the flat. So he takes it right here. He's got the active feet. He's bouncing. He's reading through the receivers to the quarterback, reading the eyes. And then once he sees the quarterback's not looking his way, he knows he doesn't have to break on this route right away. So he still gains a little bit of depth to take away this throw to the corner. So he's got perfect leverage for both of them. And now he's seeing the quarterback escape the pocket. Quarterback escapes the pocket. he knows he can get physical down the field. You can push receivers once they've escaped the pocket. So he pushes this receiver out of bounds, makes him ineligible, uses the sideline to his advantage. This is just a football play where you understand the rules, high football intelligence for this type of player. Love to see this from a rookie. Just love what he's going to bring to the table. Hopefully he gets some playing time, which I personally think he will. I know a lot of people are a little mad about that part. Not taking like Darnell Washington, but he fell due to medical concerns, and I think he was better than all the O-linemen on the board at the time, so definitely not mad about it. A very good play from Cam Smith, and this is a type of play you'll see him doing in a Vic Fangio style defense. They're in a tight alignment here. They're basically showing quarters. I mean, to this side of the field, this corner is matched up man-to-man, but over here, they're playing quarters, 2nd and 5, so he's just playing with a flat foot read. They do this a lot in a Fangio system. This is a type of thing he will be asked to do, and he's just reading quarterback's eyes. He sees him stick his back foot in the ground, so he knows the ball's going to be out quickly, and now he's just running, taking a great angle to cut off this out route. Love that he's able to sit on this, good football instincts. He's basically anticipating the entire way, and then undercuts it for the big-time interception. Cam Smith at the top of the screen. Just look at him mirror and match this. Very good change of direction. Got to be able to get physical in the route stem here. Basically one-on-one. He's running a whip route, playing more of a soft press look here. Gets physical. He gets hands on, and now he feels the hip sink, and he just matches it perfectly. In great position now, and then makes another play at the catch point. Would like to see him maybe haul that in, but he has hands. If you've seen the other plays, like he's able to get those interceptions, but I just really like his ability to mirror and match here, change directions, hip sync. He's got the fluidity, the twitch to match these types of things, and he's not afraid to get physical. Wouldn't say he's he's pretty physical for sure. I just don't know if he can get a little overly physical in the route stem at times, and then he will miss some tackles as well due to that, like playing with over aggressiveness, which if you're going to miss tackles, I'd rather have it be with over aggressiveness than playing timidly. We got Cam Smith right here at the top of the screen, almost off the edge, and he's just playing with a flat foot read, pure man match type of look here, and he's just reading the receiver's eyes. He starts to see him break. He's got a really good understanding of like receiver body language, knows that once he's in sort of this position, this is a route indicator that he's going to break, and now he just closes instantly. You can see the burst, the transitional ability to close on this, and then gets there at perfect timing, plays through, down through the hands. He's got really good technique, whether he's like playing with a hook and squat, and he will collide too. He will go through you to make sure that this ball is incomplete, and he does everything pretty clean there as well. So another nice play from Cam Smith. Definitely these types of plays are what he'll be asked to do, like those types of concepts in Fangio's defense. Last play, then we'll break down from Cam Smith. We got him in the slot here, actually. And this is just him getting physical, a 3rd and 4 situation. And they're sort of showing like a cover 0 look here. Something the Dolphins would have done in the past. Like if this was the past Dolphins defense, this is this type of thing that you would see. But you think they're in cover 0, but they're not. They drop out into a zone. And he's, just reading the play, reading through the quarterback. He sees 24 to start sneak out to his side. So he works around this block from the number 2 receiver. Closes instantly, takes a good angle, and then gets a hit there right at the catch point. He's definitely willing, like in these types of plays where he can come downhill, close on something, and like he has the opportunity to get a big hit, he's going to go for it. Like he's that type of player, that type of nasty type of skill set, mindset that he plays with, and just, want to show this that he's a very willing and able tackler. Will miss some from time to time, but, most corners do, to be fair. So I'm not too worried about it. To me, Cam Smith was a value pick in the 2nd round. I probably had like a late 1st round type of grade on him, early 2nd. They got him at 51. I know some people will think it's not a huge position of need, but clearly the Dolphins always have valued DBs. Chris Greer, Fangio definitely does. And I think Cam Smith just adds that flexibility, versatility to this defense because Kohu need him or more slots, in my opinion, while Cam Smith can play on the outside. Allow Ramsey to be more involved each and every play. Use him as a blitzer on the inside. Have him match up versus tight ends if needed, if that's their best receiving option. If their best receiver is a slot guy, you can get Ramsey down the slot, be a physical, big slot type of player. Just offers that flexibility to the defense. It's a very important role in the Fangio defense, so I like that this has been added. Cam Smith can even play down in the inside as well if that's needed. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, Devon A-Chain will be dropping later as well. Hopefully, if it doesn't get blocked. And if you saw my old Devon A. Chain video, which did get blocked from copyright strike because it was all 22, you'll know that I'm a huge fan. That was my favorite pick. I love that pick so much. And so you guys will see that. So see you guys next time. Peace.